Hello, in this screencast I'm going to show you how to install and run Drupal on your local host with MAMP. A little bit about MAMP. You see that Drupal has system requirements, which are disk space, web server, database, and PHP. While I'm sure you can easily free up some disk space, it's kind of a hassle to download the web server, database, PHP, and install them separately. So there are software out there that already bundles them into one software. Those are softwares that has the letters A, M, and P in it. And one of them is MAMP. I'm going to use MAMP in this tutorial, and if you want to download it too, you can find it at www.mamp.info in the download section. I will also include the download links in the description box below. After installing MAMP, the next step is to download Drupal core. You can download it by visiting the Drupal.org homepage and get to the download and extend section. Go to Drupal core and see other releases and download the version 8.0.0 beta 3. You can download it either as a tar or a zip file. After you finish downloading it, it's time to extract it. After extracting the folder, the next step is to move the folder to MAMP's htdocs folder, which is located in Application, MAMP, and htdocs. You can either copy it or move it. In my case, I'll just copy it. After this, let's run the MAMP software. Click Start Servers. When it's done starting, it'll open a new tab to our local host. You can see our MySQL detail over here. We have a username root with password root that have access to all database and privileges in MySQL. Next, we have to create a database. To create a database, we can go to the PHP MyAdmin interface by clicking Tools and PHP MyAdmin. There, let's first create a database with the database name Drupal_test. You can insert whatever name that you like and select the collection as UTF-8 General here and click Create. Now it's here. Let's see what user has what privileges in this database. We can see that only the root user has privileges here. It is not the best practice to use the root user for everything. So let's create a new user by going home and click Users. Now click Add User and input our user details. Set the local host at the host to local, and from now I'll use the password admin. So now click Go. Now to make our newly created user have access into our newly created database, we can go to Edit Privileges, Database, and select the Drupal test database and select what is recommended here at the Create Database tab of installing Drupal is this. So now I'm going to enable those privileges and click go. So now let's see if our privilege has been added. You can see here that now we have the privileges for this database. The next step now is to run the Drupal installation script. To do that, you can go to MAMP and select my website. Select the folder that we have previously copied to the htdocs folder, which is the Drupal 8.0.0 beta 3 folder. And here we are presented with a Drupal installation page. So now you can choose the language, choose your installation profile. For now, let's stick with standard for standard installation. And then we set up our database. As you can see here, we are now currently using MySQL. So please be sure to check this button. And then let's insert our previously created database name, which is Drupal _ test, and the database username that we've created before, which is my username, and the database password, which is admin, and click save and continue. So now it's installing. Let's wait for it. Because the installation is complete, we can now configure our site information. We can choose our own site name, and insert our email address where registration information and all automated emails will be sent. The username and password for this Drupal site. we can now select the regional settings, select your country, and choose the proper time zone before clicking save and continue. Here it is, our newly installed Drupal site. So congratulations, you installed Drupal. Now, what would you do if you want to install another Drupal site on your local host? The steps are the same, you just have to repeat all the steps and create a new database. So that's all. Thank you. After you finish installing Drupal, you can actually see the site report about what's going on in your site and if there is any abnormalities over there. To access the status report page, we can open it from reports. And then status report. Here we can see the core version of Drupal and see that the update PHP and the configuration files are protected. It means that outsiders can't access and alter these files. And the next is the cron maintenance tasks was last run 9 minutes and 57 seconds ago. It means that cron is running normally. If you find that it was last run more than 48 hours ago, then cron might be running abnormally. Here is the database system that we use, which is MySQL, and the database version. So I'm using MySQL version 5.5.38, and the database is up to date. The Drupal core is also up to date, and the file system is writable. Unlike the update.php and configuration files, it is not a danger that file systems are writable. And here we have the PHP version, and the PHP extensions are enabled, and we have the memory limit of PHP is 128 megabytes. And so here we're not indexing anything. There's no task left in indexing. And so yeah, that's actually the basic of status report. For a more complete status report explanation, you can see a link below.